Hello everyone, 'tis I, TheRumpledOne, Time Magazine for April 1, 2013. April Fool, right? How to cure cancer. But I guess that's no joke. Let's see what we're going to talk about here. Hillary Clinton, I support marriage for lesbian and gay couples personally and as a matter of policy and law. See, 24 years in a row that Kansas has appeared in the NCAA basketball tournament more than any other team. Ron Paul failed to gain control of RonPaul.com. It's owned by expats in Panama. That's pretty funny. Let's see. Authentic power is service. Pope Francis, in a special mass marking his papal inauguration, encouraging Catholics to protect the world's weak and poor. Now, that's kind of interesting. 57% is the percentage of U.S. mobile phones that are smartphones, up from 52% in early 2012. Okay, what else do we have here? The state of Israel will have no greater friend than the United States. President Barack Obama speaking in Jerusalem during a joint appearance with the Israeli president. $30 million is the valuation of a portrait by Dutch painter Rembrandt after an expert concluded that the 17th century artist, not one of his pupils, created it. $30 million for a painting. David Bowie topped the UK charts for the first time in 20 years, with The Next Day selling 94,000 copies in a week. Now here's one. Sports Greek soccer star Georgios Katidis, 20, was barred for life from playing for his national team for celebrating a goal with the Nazi salute. That's like when those guys from America won in track and field, and they get their gold medal stripped for doing a raised fist. I mean, really? In the 21st century, you're still doing this? See, symbols are so powerful. I mean, this is just emotion, but it's the symbol. It's what people associate with the action. See, association is always the key. It's never the thing, it's what you associate with the thing. That's the key to understanding. Growing pains. Can the GOP learn to believe in change? Kind of an interesting article. Let's see. A deep ocean on a distant moon may have all the right ingredients for life. It's Europa, which is a moon of Jupiter. It's a little bit smaller than our moon, but it has an ice shell and an ocean. Kind of interesting if you're into astronomy, space exploration. Let's see. Identified thieves behind the biggest art heist in U.S. history. The FBI did not reveal their names. Painting by Rembrandt's, Vermeer, and others worth $500 million were stolen from Boston's Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in 1990. Signed, gun laws expanding background checks and restricting ammo magazines in Colorado. Somebody else, Jim Barrett died. He was 86. He was the vintner whose Napa Valley Chardonnay won the 1976 Judgment of Paris competition, flooring the Eurocentric wine world and boosting California's nascent wine industry. I think I watched that video about that. That's a pretty good video, actually. I don't know if I did a review on that one or not. Tiny Cyprus and its debt crisis shows how much Europe still needs a more perfect union. Unbelievable. Let's see. So here we go. There's an article. So who can we kill? A bipartisan revolt from the right and left puts Obama and his drone war on the defensive. I mean, it's this drone stuff. It's nothing to really laugh about or take lightly. I mean, it could be in the sky at any time. They even have those ones that look like mosquitoes. I mean, that stuff's real. It's not scientific. I mean, Obama has dramatically increased the use of drones to kill suspected terrorists, including U.S. citizens, invoking legal authorities that are controversial. I mean, they had a kill list. I mean, this stuff is just Orwellian. You can't get, I don't think you can get any more Orwellian than this. Ancient fears rise anew. Resurgent anti-Semitism coupled with the moribund economy has many Hungarian Jews wondering if it's time to leave their country. I mean, it just must be human nature. Us versus them. The only thing that's going to unite the world is if Mars or some other planet attacks us. I mean, it just doesn't seem like people can live peacefully. They just have to fight. They just have to. It just has to be their nature. Once again, most of the world's problems, social problems, is when one person or group tries to impose their will or belief on another person or group. And you just see it reflected everywhere. But why is that? Why haven't we evolved? The conspiracy to end cancer. A team-based cross-disciplinary approach to cancer research is upending tradition and delivering results faster. Basically, scientists are now working together as opposed to staying in their little cubicles and trying to reap all the glory and benefits. A portrait of domestic violence. This photographer just happened to be there where this guy went berserk. And he was choking his girlfriend. He's in prison again, and his girlfriend's back with her estranged husband, the kid's parents. Thing is, I mean, the domestic violence, it's one of those things where people don't talk about it. They keep it hushed up. You know, it's kind of disgraceful. It's embarrassing, but it needs to be dealt with and dealt with severely. I mean, they were saying, you know, back in the old days, take a walk around the block and cool off. And that used to be the way the cops handled things in the 70s and 80s, but no more. And the thing is, you see, it's a mental thing. Women. And it was the longest time before I understood it, but a woman used to work at a bar here in Mayberry explained it to me. said that if all you've ever heard since you were a little girl was that you were a piece of crap, you were no good, you were nothing, that's what you grew up believing. And if, if you got beat and hit and kicked around, that's all you know. You accept it. You equate it with love. I mean, your brain is programmed. It's just messed up. And it sickens me. And it's one of those things where most people, even if they see it, they don't get involved because once you step out there, I mean, you're out there. You're out there all alone. Even if you're right. It takes a lot of intestinal fortitude to stand up. And I did it once. I'd take a lot of heat for it. But I knew what I saw. And I had to report it to the parents. And let them, so they would know. Maybe they put a stop to it. It sickens me. Let's see what else we got here. I guess the critics didn't like Gwyneth Paltrow's second cookbook. Oh, let's see. A sweet surprise. Toy-filled chocolate eggs, popular in Europe but outlawed in the States since 1938, are finally legal. Thanks to a new design from New Jersey company Candy Treasure. It's secret, breaking the chocolate covering into two halves so the plastic toy casing is clearly visible underneath. Now let's see, Lady Gaga had hip surgery. I didn't know that. And she has a 24-karat gold-plated wheelchair which she calls Emma. See, the Boy Scouts of Future America. They've got some new merit badges coming out. Sustainability, computer programming, multimedia, animation, and advanced computing. Let's see, things you don't have to worry about this week. Tiger Woods' ability to find new love. The scandal-plagued golfer has linked up with Olympic skier Lindsey Vonn. Oh, here's something. Obama equals devil. After Glenn Beck tweeted that the Satan figure in the History Channel's new mini-series, The Bible, looks exactly like President Obama, bloggers speculated that the resemblance was intentional. Producers shot back, calling the claims foolish and utter nonsense. But they do look alike. Let's see what else we got here. Love and Devotion, Jessie Ware's debut album heralds English next pop superstar. Never heard of her. Never heard her. Any of you guys heard of her? Hitman, deranged genius Phil Spector gets the David Mamet treatment. I guess they're going to have Al Pacino playing him in a movie. I have to watch that movie. And Match Point, in which I pit my non-algorithm-based marriage against the hard science of eHarmony. The author of the article, him and his wife went down to eHarmony and they took the test and they said that they weren't a match. That's pretty funny. Okay, if you receive pre-recorded calls or calls to your cell phone using automatic dialing equipment which advertise ADT's goods or services, you may benefit from a proposed class action settlement. 10 questions. Health policy Zink Emanuel on his famous brothers, neighborhood politics, and knowing how to fight. See, Do you still not have a TV? I don't own a TV. I don't own a car. I don't Facebook. I don't tweet. But you have 4 cell phones. I'm down to 2, thankfully. Okay, that's it. Time Magazine for April Fool's Day, the year 2013.